My name is Jerry Pizet, and I'm a volunteer for the newly created 501(c) nonprofit called the Born Again Animal Rescue and Adoption Shelter. Before introducing you to this shelter, along with the great work it does, I'd like to tell you about the very special individual that's behind it. Her name is Yvette Santoyo, a person who has been involved with the rescue and adoption of thousands of dogs over the last few decades. With the background of starting out as Yvette's assistant and seeing directly the plight of so many dogs, she vowed to dedicate herself to eliminate the suffering as much as humanly possible of so many helpless animals that may have been thrown in garbage bins, living in awful conditions, abused, or simply abandoned. And even with a family that includes a husband and 2 young children, she remains true to her commitment of dedicating her time to rescuing helpless animals in need. She made that commitment over 25 years ago and has been true to her word ever since. Currently, the special humanitarian lady is caring for 21 dogs at her own expense, 10 being at her home, while 11 being cared for at a facility in Mexico. This shelter is her dream come true, enabling her to now take donations to continue this great work. And as luck would have it, I was this shelter's very first adoption and donation under their newly formed Born Again shelter's name. And this little cutie I adopted was found on the streets in Mexico, tired, hungry, along with a bad case of tick Lyme disease. She was eventually taken off the streets by a Born Again volunteer, where after medical care, she eventually found her way to me. I named this wonderful dog Daisy, and now just look at her. Oh, you're such a sweetie, such a sweetheart. And after seeing how Daisy interacted with other dogs, it was clear she needed a buddy. So let's now meet Bella, a 2-year-old Maltese mix that I also adopted. And for the record, both dogs and yours truly are doing great. The Born Again Shelter is a nonprofit, no-kill animal shelter dedicated to the rescue, rehabilitation, and the adoption of animals, with emphasis to man's best friends, dogs. Born Again is also not like the typical shelter surroundings. Instead, they have created an environment more similar to an adopter's actual home, complete with separate rooms and even areas to play outside. They've named their surroundings Born Again Home Shelters. In summary, this concept makes their animal vetting much easier, while also greatly increasing the chances of the animal's rehabilitation, along with easier adjustment to our furry friends to the adopter's home. Because Born Again is located close to the U.S. and Mexico border, the home shelters have been created in both the U.S. and Mexico, which has the advantage of allowing them to obtain the most economical medical treatment possible for all their animals, which, as you might guess, is always a major expense for a shelter like Born Again. Although many of the animal cruelty images shown previously are very disturbing, take solace knowing that many of these dogs have gone on to have great lives. If you were ever curious where the expression lucky dog came from, take a look at these 8 images. They show a fairy tale ending for one lucky dog. Wouldn't you like to be part of the magic that makes this happen? After adopting Daisy, as well as doing my own due diligence regarding the Born Again shelter and Yvette, I decided to do far more than simply donating dollars and adopting one of her rescues. Hence the video you are now watching from my hobby entity I call Starburst Video Productions. And by the way, the location where I'm speaking does not actually exist. It's just artwork to trick you. I'd also like to thank Technical Synergy for donating their company skills to build a wonderful website where you are probably viewing this video. Finally, Born Again is certainly very grateful to all those who have already donated and believe in helping so many animals that would have otherwise had no chance for a decent life. You'll find many of these wonderful supporters listed at the Hall of Fame pages of this website. If you too would like to help in this wonderful cause, please contact Born Again to find out if your skills, goods, services, or even your own time would be of benefit to their animals. Of course, your tax-deductible money donation is always appreciated. Thank you for learning more about the Born Again Animal Rescue and Adoption Shelter.